Hi, my name is Colette Abear, and I'm the music teacher at Scholastic Academy and School 23. I wanted to walk you through my teacher page on both of the Scholastic Academy and School 23 sites, so you could find my page on either of them. Both of them are the same. So I wanted to walk you through what I put on my page, which I thought was really important. Both of my schools actually use Clever, Castle, I'm on MS Teams, and the Remind app, and Class Dojo. So I'm also active on all of those sites as well. I know that students are being directed towards teacher pages, so I wanted to also have information for students and other teachers as well, and my administrators on my site. So on my site, I have several different pages that I arranged and organized, which I think are important. I also deleted a bunch as well. So this is my home page. I understand that a lot of students and families have limited access to computers and internet, but I wanted everything to be on the main page as well. So this is my main letter. So if you went to my main page, you would see this. So it's a letter to families saying my office hours and the times I'm available. But students and families have contacted me all throughout the day and over the weekend, and I just like to respond as soon as possible to them. So these are just rough hours. I also have musical activities that I think are really interesting and creative that the kids can use online, which I have hyperlinks to. If you go to my page, you can also copy these. These are all hyperlinks. So the 4 main music activities that I like to use a lot, not in my classroom, but just since we've done e-learning, are Incredibox, and it's for all age levels. I teach pre-K through 8th grade. And so I use these a lot in all of my classes for e-learning, but I use Incredibox with my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders, and now everyone is using it online. I think it's good for all levels. If you haven't used it before, it's a really great tool. I also have a hyperlink to New York Phil Kids. Later, I'll show you on my musical resources page. There's also a few other orchestras throughout the country. There's San Francisco, Dallas. They have interactive kid pages as well that you will see on my musical resource page that you can go to. That's up. I also do a lot of the programs and trainings at Carnegie Hall. I have used Musical Explorers, Linked Up, and I always do the teacher training over the summer. I know this is more music driven since I'm a music teacher, but so I won't get too far into Carnegie Hall, but it's a great music activity book for students. So there are links to all of the listening, but there's also a student workbook. So that's online as well. This is good, I guess, for everyone, but I don't know if anyone is using this currently. I used to work at one of their concert venues, but Brooklyn Bowl has a free live stream every day at 3 p.m. from Monday through Friday. So if you would like to take a 20-minute break, family, students, anyone can take a 20-minute break, and they have dancing and singing. Brooklyn Bowl and the Capitol and Garcia's always have family concerts as well. So this is an extension of those online. I understand that a lot of my students aren't able to access a computer or have internet. I have 707 students currently. I've been getting work from about 130 of them almost weekly, and I have been getting a lot of work from my 1st through 8th graders. Pre-K and kindergarten, they're doing a lot of the interactive games, so I'm getting a lot of feedback from parents. Sometimes that's a picture of one of my students playing a game or a video, so I feel like the parents are more likely to respond with my younger students as well. Right on the home page, I also have links to Castle, Clever, MS Teams, and I also have information about my artist of the day and the song of the day. So with my 8th graders, they have been doing this almost daily, my artist of the day and song of the day. It's something I use in my class as well, but it's a great way to teach about different genres, different music, different songs. And I ask some questions for feedback for my students, and I will get into that in a little bit when I get to that page. I also have a Remind app. A lot of teachers at both of my schools use the Remind app, so I wanted to jump on that as well. So I created a music classroom. So it's just another way that I message parents. I do get a lot of messages on Remind as well. I understand that a lot of families might not go to every page on my site, so I also have activities right on the main page. I was just trying to make it super easy for people who will just probably read the home page if they're not navigating through my website, because I do know that it's there are a lot of pages. So pre-K through first, we do Study B, welcome song that we sing every day, Sarita. I also have a bunch of other activities that students can do. This is without a computer, because I do understand a lot of my students have siblings and they also might only have a limited access to a computer or internet. I also have other resources as well. I have a music class webpage on Weebly. If you're not on Weebly, it's a free site you can use online. I do like to have web pages for my class in general, so I just already had that up, so I just updated some information and had that. You can link to my Weebly page if you'd like. It's pretty basic. It just has more information. And then my music YouTube channel. I am also a church organist, so I record a lot on the piano and the organ. So I just wanted my students to have another way where they could either see music or just maybe see me play if they're really interested in that. I know that a lot of my students like to hear me play. So even if you have, I'm not saying that you need to do this, but have videos of yourself online, maybe your students would really like to see just you play your instrument as well. Assignments, I have an assignments page and I update this, but it basically has the same layout as my home page. I didn't know if people would be going to my assignment page, so I just made this another page where I have updated assignments. I do have a weekly video. I just started this actually last week. I wasn't sure if our particular schools were going to have Zoom live classes or what we were going to do. So I actually just made a video. If you want to see the video, you can go to it. It's our first weekly video. It's basically just a couple minutes long, explaining about my webpage and where my students can find information, going over the homepage. It's more brief than what I just went over with you guys. And then just the extra pages and where they can find me and contact me. So it was basically just a welcome, hi, I miss you guys video. This is what is available on my site. I also wasn't sure if students were going to be like very, very creative and want to go into more of my projects. So, but a lot of them are actually. I've heard back from a lot of students who aren't even in my music class that are not in music but take other electives, that they've been coming to my website just for creative games and stuff. So I have resource pages and free musical apps that they can use and a list of those. So it's up there for them. So I have a weekly video. I'm going to update that today actually with a song video and just change it up. So this is more of an informational video, but my next one will be teaching a song, and then the next will be a drum circle, body percussion circle. I also have a challenge of the week up. When Tanya and I met the other day, we talked about this. I really liked her idea of having a challenge of the week. So like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I do have students that come to my page every day. So I am getting Artist of the Day and Song of the Day responses from a lot of my students. I know that this is more music driven, but I was talking to Miss Albano the other day about art and for a while, and she was saying that in her class and on her webpage, she really wants to add an Artist of the Day. So you can use this for art as well. So I use an Artist of the Day and a Song of the Day, and this is just a way where I highlight someone who is different and has either rhythms or genre or a performance style that I really want to teach my students. Back to my challenge of the week. So my challenge of the week this week is just to have my kids get up and dance and sing with the free live stream. I haven't gotten any feedback, honestly, on the free live stream. So I had both my principals send this out to our schools a couple weeks ago. I had gotten an email from Brooklyn Bowl. I work at one of their other concert venues, and they said that every day at 3 during the week, they do a free live stream. So I wanted my students to know about this. So my goal for my students this week is just to get out and be able to get on this website. Last week it was watch our music video, and the week before was create an Incredibox song, which is really exciting if you haven't made an Incredibox song yet, you might want to do that, because sometimes I'm listening to my students' videos and songs, and then I end up making my own because it's so exciting. Artist of the Day is my next page. Artist of the Day. So I'm sure all of you know all these musicians. But so ones I've used in the past 2 weeks. I've been doing this since I started this towards the end of March. So you can actually go back to March and April and see. I usually do this in the class. So I wasn't actually using my teacher page before we started e-learning. So this is all information I put up just within the past few weeks. So I've used 2 cellos, Bill Withers, Blue Man Group, Taz, Michael Jackson, Collective Soul, Led Zeppelin, a bunch of Buddy Guy, a bunch of different musicians. Song of the Day, obviously I go through all the lyrics. I make sure that all of them are appropriate and clean. And I also ask questions at the end. So I ask my students to answer the questions and then submit their answers to me. A lot of kids are doing this every day. And which I think is great. So a lot of kids I've heard back from are like, I really want to hear your song of the day or artist of the day, or I really like it. And it's a way for them to hear new music too, since a lot of them listen to the same music over and over, or the same radio station. So I also have a similar site on Song of the Day. Musical resources, basically any link that's on my page, I put on this page, just for students to find stuff. So even if I've had an assignment in the past, I want to link all the links right on this page. I also have a link to the Yonkers Music and Arts page for the district. So when Tanya and I spoke the other day, we thought that this was a really good idea for all teachers to maybe include this on the page, just because there are a lot of really great resources. There's even more lessons up there and links that I really think are valuable for overall lessons. I'm going to do a lot more planning, incorporating resources that Tanya had linked up as well. I get a lot of messages from parents asking what music apps are free for students. I understand a lot, like the price changes on a lot of them, but some of them are free. Then you have to pay. I hear Incredibox, sometimes you have to pay for. It was free for a few weeks. So when I actually assigned it to my students, the Incredibox assignment, it was free. And then 2 weeks later, there was a fee on it as well. Incredibox on your computer you can use for free, but also Songmaker, GarageBand, the piano, Real Drum. I know there are other musical and art apps I use as well. I was going to list some art apps as well that I found the other day for free pottery and free coloring on your phone, because I understand that maybe each household has one computer, but if there are multiple siblings, maybe they only have access to a smartphone or something like that. So this is my page. If you have any questions, you can ask me or let me know. I have talked to a bunch of teachers about their pages, and I've answered a lot of questions, which is totally fine. I love helping people. And if you want to use any of these links or some of them, then you definitely can. These are just the most successful sites and software and interactive sites that I've used in the past and that I really get positive feedback for. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.